Assalamu alaikum and welcome. The north and the northeastern region of Kenya has been historically deprived since independence and now facing many developmental challenges. The main obstacles to developments are lack of roads, infrastructure, a steady supply of electricity, access to water, education, and insecurity, among many other challenges. Today we are going to talk about a political party known as United Democratic Movement, UDM, and we're also going to talk about northeastern Kenya and Governor Ali Roba of Mandera County. The question we are asking is, what is Ali Roba's vision in acquiring UDM, and does he believe his vision for the region will be achieved? Now, United Democratic Movement is a political party that was founded in 1999. This party is not a young party that was formed yesterday. Now, what is Ali Roba's vision in acquiring this party? This is a question we need to answer. And how does he believe that vision will be achieved? But first, who is Ali Roba? Ali Roba is the first Mandera governor and he's a second-term governor. If you look around the 5 northern counties, Kenya, you will find Ali Roba is the only governor who was re-elected again as Mandera County governor in 2017. If you look all the northern counties again, no pioneer governor came back after 2017 except Roba. He came as a governor riding on a Firfisa ticket. The second-term victory did not come easy. I mean, he was not endorsed by the elders, as was the case in 2013 when he became a candidate through the negotiated democracy. Now, this shows that this person, Ali Roba, is not a joke. He is a serious person when he deals with issues that he engages with. When you see an organization, it could be a political party, a business, or even a department. Look at the person who is heading the organization and their track record. That is when you know the kind of person you are dealing with. Now, Roba took over UDM party a couple of months ago and plans to promote this party as a political vehicle for pastoralist communities. The Somalis, the Boranas, the Rendiles, the Maasais, the Turkanas, Pokots, just to mention a few. I've seen some people even argue Kikuyus are pastoralists. That's why you see them in gatherings of ASAL counties. I'm not sure how far this assertion is true. Just last week, the party, UDM, held a fund drive in Nairobi Serena Hotel aimed at facilitating mass registration of members. The money raised at that gathering, at that fund drive, was 38 million Kenya shillings to fund its operations. The main objective or the aim of UDM, as explained by Roba, is to champion the interests of the community and ensure their voices are heard. I tend to agree with Roba that UDM is really a game changer, politically and economically, and will propel the region to the political negotiation table. In every generation, there is a person who comes up to lead people to better places, and this time it seems this person, Ali Roba, is the person to lead the pastoralist. The test for Roba and UDM is to win at least 3 governors, 3 women reps, 9 MPs, 3 senators, and 90 MCAs in the 5 counties from northeastern region. It is one thing to form a party and another thing to win elections. The latter is what gives parties teeth to bite and grind challenges. When that is achieved, then leaders have to seek for answers by asking questions. What is there for pastoralist communities on the negotiation table? It does not mean this question have not been asked before, but the manner and circumstances were different from now going forward. No one can effectively negotiate with someone who cannot put something on the table. We will support you with this. What do you have for us? Initially, there was no organized political outfit for people from this region to champion their interests. People were divided. People joined other parties. They were disorganized. The leaders from these communities joined many different parties, and that is why their voices were never strong and loud, even though they were heard. The first step towards this goal has been achieved. That's the formation of the Frontier Counties Development Council, FCDC. 3 years ago, Northeastern Development Initiative, NEDI, was launched in Garissa, and the function was meant to brief leaders on the nitty-gritty of the projects, their locations, and the impact they will have on communities. Some of the projects ran across several counties that include the Northern Corridor Road that traverses Lamu, Garissa, Marsabit, and Mandera. Another project touched on construction of modern abattoirs to help market livestock products in several counties that include Garissa, Wajir, and Mandera. Now, other projects include solar energy construction of modern markets, agricultural produce, health centers, schools, and youth centers, just to mention a few. The project will ensure that all residents that are far away from the national grid have also access to electricity. There was pre-launch meeting this week on the 8th of November. That was Monday this week regarding Horn of Africa Gateway project, the Isiolo to Mandera, which cost around 100 billion Kenya shillings. The first two segments of the road, Isiolo-Motogashe, is set for groundbreaking in January next year, 2022, inshallah. This is not the only project, but also fiber optic connection project goes with this project. The road covers a distance of 744 kilometers. The aim is to increase mobility, security, and integration of counties, Meru, Isiolo, Garissa, Wajir, and Mandera. This is the beginning of the end of marginalization as we know it today. What will remain is the connection of the national grid to this region up to Mandera. Once that is done, this region will be better placed than Dubai of the Middle East. Now, all these projects will not run smoothly as planned or without disruption in the absence of a strong, united political voice. There must be a political solution. UDM has come about in this manner, and the main aim is to come together and crystallize NEP issues and make sure whoever we engage to partner with, I mean the presidential candidates, we can work together to solve our challenges. The region faces many challenges apart from road networks and power supply, I mean electricity power supply. There are other challenges that include ID cards, water, insecurity. And for these challenges to be overcome, people need to get together. Priority is to get united. The fact of the matter is, no one can ignore people who speak one voice. This is very clear. During the launch of UDM, lawyer Ahmed Nasser Abdullahi was the chief guest at the event. Most people see him as controversial, but to me, he is not a controversial person. He talks straight by saying the obvious and backing his allegation with verifiable fact, easily accessible in the public domain. That is why he has many followers. True statements from Ahmed Nasser Abdullahi, I will mention three, that they are neither regional nor national parties in Kenya. That is true. What we have are not even tribal parties. In fact, we have personal parties or parties that belong to people. And he gave an example of Jubilee, ODM, and KANU. If this is true, then what makes UDM different? Number one, think for yourself. He said it is the first time people from this region are entertaining the idea of thinking for themselves and about their issues and their future. There was this thought that someone will be angry with you once you start thinking for yourself. None. In fact, people will respect you when you start thinking for yourself. Don't accept people to do anything for you that you can do for yourself. Speak for yourself, you know what you need, and go get it. Number two, the idea he brought about, number two, was belong to a tribe, belong to a cartel, belong to somebody, belong to a body that will champion your ideas and your needs and your aspirations. But if you say tribes are bad, then you are not telling the truth. Be a real tribalist and you will have faithful followers, not fake followers. For example, and he gave an example of a tribalistic person. He said Uhuru Kenyatta is number one, Raila Odinga number two, but he did not mention Ruto, but Ruto is also a tribalist. In Kenya, we don't have politicians who are not tribalists. Raila is tribal leader, Ruto is a tribal leader, and so is Uhuru, because that is what they practice when they do appointments and distribute projects in their areas. Your voice on the table must be heard. Representation. Let's say if you are not on the table, you are on the menu is false. This is false. He said Northeastern MPs have always been on the table, but they have been silent. That is also very true. Our MPs are silent, our senators are silent, and it is because of that silence people assume you don't have a voice or you don't have problems. You don't have a voice or you don't even exist. What are the options now? Only deal with people who can work with you on the basis of give and take. That is all. For example, among these presidential candidates, who was for our interest during the BBI, in the BBI, who was pushing for us to be more marginalized and who was pushing for us to be at least better off. You can configure that, you can figure it out, you can think for yourself. You know what happened at the Senate, you know what happened at the National Assembly, you know what happened when that document was publicized. Look here, NEP region will have only got one MP. That is a fact. And Mount Kenya region will have got 35 MPs. Was that fair? It is for you to think for yourself. What is your take on these matters now? What do you think? What is your take? You must have an opinion. Share your opinion with us. Thank you.